Good morning. It is Thursday, the 8th of July. I pick up again the theme I've been talking about of God's faithfulness and God's constant eternal presence with us, and want to focus a little bit on how we respond to that. We've spoken a little about needing to maintain our faith, understanding that if God is always there, then he is aware of the situation we find ourselves in, and that we must have faith that God has a plan for our lives. And that's very important, to maintain our faith in God. But what if God gives us a little prompting? What if God asks us to do something slightly different, or to stop doing something that we are currently doing? And I believe that that is also an additional important aspect to remember with the presence of God, because God is here with us and he is not silent, simply working in the background, hardly seen, never acknowledged. God is speaking, and he often wants us to respond. Two examples, the Old Testament, 1 Samuel 17, we're beginning the readings and morning prayer of the story about Goliath. And this morning we read only as far as Goliath standing in the valley and taunting the Israelites, and how scared the Israelites were. Goliath, some 9 foot tall, about 3 meters in height. That's pretty big and pretty impressive. We know the story as it goes on that David feels a righteous anger rising up within him when he hears these words, this mockery from Goliath, from a Philistine, from a Gentile, mocking him and his people and his God. And in response to this, I believe more than just an angry reaction, David never comes across as being just a person who reacts in anger, lashing out, but inspired, motivated, prompted by God. We know the story. David goes out and he slays Goliath. What about the story from the New Testament, Acts 10? We speak about Simon Peter sitting on the roof and he has a vision from God. And then when the men from Cornelius arrive at the gate, Simon Peter understands exactly what is required of him, and off he goes. He's not clear exactly what's going to happen, but he follows the prompting from God, and he leads that family into a relationship with the Lord, and he realizes that the message that the Jews have had about Jesus being God himself in human form is a message for everyone, and it opens the door to the Gentile church. And most everyone who's going to be listening to this word of mine, and myself included, we're not Jewish, we're Gentiles. And it's almost traced back to that event of Simon Peter responding in faith to the prompting of God. How is God prompting you today? What is it that he wants you to do, or even perhaps to stop doing? Is there anything you should say? He's not calling you to be another Simon Peter. He's not calling you into the ordained ministry per se. He's just calling you to be faithful to him and to say those little words, to not laugh at a silly joke when you feel that it's right, that prompting from God, that you don't laugh. Whatever it is, let God prompt you and obey that prompting, and then see what God will do in your life. Folks, have a wonderful day, and we'll chat again as soon as possible. May not be tomorrow. I have meetings starting quite early and going through until much late in the afternoon, if not into the evening. So it might well be next week. Have a wonderful day, and we'll chat again. God bless.